Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 92 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. Today we're talking about, and this whole month we're going to focus on the relationship area and aspect of the life framework that I use and share and have shared for years now with people that I interact with and work with, including my kids. So relationships, what we're going to do today is something really simple. We are going to notice the thoughts and then the beliefs that pop up for us with respect to the different relationships in our life. I made a quick list of different relationships, and I'll take a sip of coffee and then read off the list of things that I thought of so we can categorize a little bit and think about all the different types of relationships, because we have different relationships with different people and different folks that we interact with in our life. So first and foremost, ourself, right? We have to think about our thoughts and our beliefs about our relationship with ourself. We have to think about our family, your kids, your siblings, your parents, your grandparents. Depending on how old you are, you may still have living grandparents. I had, when I was younger, of course, I had lots and lots of grandparents, tons of cousins, and then relationships with extended family, cousins, in-laws, exes, etc. So all that falls into the category of family and those different relationships. How about friends? Do you have super duper close-knit group of friends? Do you have an extended network of friends, etc.? And what are those relationships like? What are your thoughts and beliefs about that? If you believe that you have a hard time making friends and you don't get along with other people, you probably don't have very many friends. And that's a thought and a belief that we want to look at this month. How about work associates? And I say associates because whatever you call them in your organization, the business you work for or the business that you own, the relationships you have with different people in that organization have differing degrees of honesty, intimacy, communication, etc. Sometimes there's people, I've worked for some really big organizations in my lifetime. I worked for Procter & Gamble when I first got out of college, and I think back then they had 80,000 employees. No idea how many they have now, but probably well over 100,000, I'm sure. But back then, 80,000 employees. Guess what? I didn't know most of those people. I mean, I maybe came in contact with 500 people out of the 80,000 or so. So the people I came in contact with, I had a different relationship with than people that I never met, but that I had to interact with because we had similar functions in different parts of the organization. So think about the people that you work with. Also think about the people that you interact with as part of your responsibilities for your job or for social interactions or clubs or churches or organizations you might be a part of. Make sure that you're thinking about those thoughts and beliefs today. Remember, a belief is just something that we think and have really strong attachment to, or something that an experience that we had that was linked to strong emotions, that becomes a belief in our system. And we don't always, we'll talk about this month. We'll spend a whole day on limiting beliefs about and how to remove and let go of things that aren't serving us. Social interactions, your actual physical social interactions. Like if you go to a health club, the people you interact with there. If you go to a grocery store, if you go to wherever you might go on a regular basis, the people you physically interact with, those relationships, what do you think about them? And how are they impacting your overall beliefs and thoughts about relationships? Social interactions on the internet, totally different thing. In my book, in my humble opinion, it's a totally different thing. The people we interact with online that we never actually meet in person or via Zoom even. I've been connected to a lady whose products and services I've used for years, and I followed her for years, and we just had a chat the other day, and it was like, wow, it's super nice to actually see your face up close and personal and actually interact and talk with you. Now, I still want to meet her someday because I think she's amazing, but it was nice to go to that next step further. But it's different than actually interacting with people physically in person when you're right next, 3 feet to 5 feet apart, and you can actually talk and interact and have all the different types of communication and see the nonverbals, not just a little bit of somebody's head. And then finally, thoughts and beliefs about your relationship with your significant other. I think that we all have a handful of super duper close relationships that are important to us, and we want to think about what it is we think about those relationships. So that's what we're doing today. Any questions about this, please hit me up and ask. I guess I didn't share any of my thoughts, but I have lots of thoughts about relationships, just like I'm sure you will. Brainstorm out a list today and see what comes up. Look for patterns and trends, or especially look for patterns, because we tend to have patterns in our life that help us to function, and some of them serve us and some of them don't. And they form beliefs based on how often we do or behave in a certain way or respond in a certain way. And some of those beliefs serve us and make our life better and our relationships better. Some of them actually can destroy our relationship. So we want to take a look at those as well. Any questions? Hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.